Okay, this is going to be a one take from the time we press record. Okay?
Okay.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Skeshbook. And today we're going to be talking stuff. I don't know what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the 40-day challenge. We have here again Arvind.
Hi guys, Arvind here.
Arvind here. All things, man. Good.
It's all good.
Yeah, I'm just asking
We
you.
are right out of a very good workshop that we did in Chennai.
Chennai, yeah.
Yes, just yesterday.
Yeah, right. And you've been organizing all the workshops for me. So you're doing a good job, man. I'll tell you that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good. So yeah, for those who don't know Arvind is part of Cash Studios right now. He's working here. He's a business manager. That's his position. I literally just named that right now. He's literally doing from everything from like designing web pages to sales pages and like getting on email and phone calls and what else am I missing?
Pretty much everything that you can delegate.
Oh, right. So we're expanding our team. Things are going good so far. You know, I'm learning business apparently. So yes, we'll get to the topic of this episode now.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. So today, right? So I'm going to talk about what I call a checklist project or the checklist project. And I just came across this challenge, like I told you, right? We need to have this conversation again because for the camera.
Sure.
So weird. So yeah, no, I came across this challenge. So there's this guy called Andy. I don't know his exact name. I think maybe while you're doing the show notes, I'll give you the.
What does he do? What is this guy?
So he's I don't know, he's some self-improvement fitness guy, something on that line. So he came up with this challenge called 75 hard challenge, right? The
75 day.
75, no, it's called 75 hard.
Oh, okay.
So the whole point of the challenge is like I told you, right? So you need to do 5 things, which is you work out twice a day for 45 minutes. Then you eat exactly according to your plan. You don't cheat. No cakes, no pizza, no this, no sugar, no that. So that's one. And third thing is you need to, I told you work out, right? Yeah, you need to read 10 pages every day. You need to take a picture of yourself every day. That seems narcissistic, but it's a progress picture.
So that you see the difference.
Difference in your physique or something like that. So, and what is the another thing? 10 pages and drink a gallon of water every day. Yes.
Okay.
So that was his challenge. I came across this thing and he had a very good reasoning to it, right? So we've been working on, say, the 100 Days of Sketching Challenge, right? So it's all
According to him, what was the goal of the challenge? Like, why did he come up with that challenge?
To simply build more, mental fortitude.
Okay.
To really toughen things up, or really it's a sort of like hitting yourself against something or placing some sort of resistance on top of you so that you'll grow and get stronger, right?
Okay.
That's the idea. By the way, right, you remind me at 30 minutes because this thing won't stop.
Okay.
This is completely uncut, people. So we're gonna keep this all in. So yeah. So the idea is, right, he feels that we even not just him. I sort of share the same opinion. We've sort of turned into a good big bunch of beautiful fluffy snowflakes culture, right? I think that's what we're all right now. I feel so weak and everybody is so weak and it's like, God, not weak in the sense not like physically. You can say that
our line is we want it to be the perfect picture of a vacation all the time.
Yes. Actually, that's a good one. We constantly want to be in this vacation world, right?
Yeah.
We never toughen things up, and it's so I don't know. I feel I'm very soft right now these days. I feel like I've definitely sort of quote unquote hardened, over the years, not for the sake of. Not the kind of fake macho hardness, that's what he sort of clarifies on his podcast. And this is sort of like we are being very sensitive these days to everything. And I used to be very sensitive. I used to be the biggest woke, guy who gets offended at literally everything. I cannot live with someone who had a different opinion than me, right? And when my grandma or my mom says something that's politically incorrect, I'll be in my mind, wait, how could they even say that? Then I'll fight with them for saying something politically incorrect, right? Like now looking back at those things, it seemed so fruitless, or what do you say? It seems so stupid, actually. Not even fruitless. It seems like I wanted everyone to sort of change according to my own thing, and that's because that was sort of coming from a place of me wanting
being owed something, like being like you sort of want the universe to like you feel like the universe owes it to you. And you know that you're sort of right, and you like figured it out, and the universe is owed it.
I thought
That's
it.
The feeling.
Yes. I thought the world needs to sort of. Did you know that I actually literally turned down a freelance job a couple of years ago from a popular chips company? Right, because it didn't align with my own value of eating healthy food. It's like, and at that point when I was turning that job down, in my head the thought process was, how could they even have this chip company? This is doing so much damage to the world. And I was like, wait, it's not up to me to sort of decide whether that company should be that. There is a demand for that. People can actually have people are grown-ups, right? They're adults. They can make their own decision. They can actually probably live a life and have some cake at the side of things, right? True. So I cannot believe I used to be that person, but sort of things have changed. I want to toughen myself up, not for the sake of toughening myself up. I want to have more filters for all the crap that's coming my way, right? Right. I want to have a better filter. So that's what the challenge is for. But the thing was, right, in that 75-hard challenge, if you fail at things, you're like gone. You need to start over. I don't think I can afford that. I'm definitely sure. Maybe I can do it. I need to really plan out those 75 days beforehand. But if we say go to a workshop, right, outside city, it's gone, right? So that's why I sort of wanted to create my own challenge. And in the previous episode, right, I talked about the 5 daily
habits.
5 daily habits for artists. And like I told you, a lot of people resonated with that. And there was even this person, I don't know, she made a video on Instagram. I don't know her handle. She made a video on Instagram saying that she's going to take it up as a challenge, and she made this board where she's going to sort of mark things out every day. And I was like, I had the exact same idea. Maybe we should sort of turn this into a challenge. So here we are. We have the 48-day challenge. It's called the Checklist Project. You want to tell people why we came up with that name?
So the Checklist project is sort of named after the book Checklist Manifesto. So in the Checklist Manifesto, the author is this surgeon guy who's like he's also sort of holds a managerial position in a big hospital. So this guy wanted to do some research on how to reduce the number of accidents that can happen and the human error that can happen in surgery rooms and all high risk situations like a flight cabin or something like that.
They do that in the pilots do that.
The pilots also have a checklist. So what he found out was like humans, we always overestimate and are overconfident about our own abilities to remember things and be rational at all situations. But psychology research shows that we are not really that rational. So the thing is
totally not rational.
So he conducted a lot of experiments and he got in some hospitals and surgery rooms all over the world, and he tested out this theory that people should actually have a specific checklist that they need to go through and check off during before the start of any major project. So something like a surgery, they will have to even make sure that all the knives and the tools that they use are in order and they are in the most cleanest conditions and everything, and they have to make sure that each and every single detail of their project is in order even before they start with the first the first thing with their project. So even though it might seem very simple and it might seem that you may not even need a list to do these things, you can say that you can keep all these stuff in your mind and just check it off in your mind itself. But what he found out was it doesn't. We are even overconfident about those things that we can manage in our own minds. So when you actually put it down on paper and when you check it off is when you actually completely make sure that you are in order to actually start the project. So with the checklist project for creating habits, what we are trying to do is to inculcate the same idea in building habits in your own life. So
where we were taking that 5 habits thing, and I actually, until you told me today, I didn't know the checklist manifesto is all about having a sort of checklist at the start of each project. I thought it was maybe we could do that for, say, having good days, right? So I used to procrastinate a lot, and say a lot of my 2015 and 2016, right? A lot of time has just gone into me wasting days. So I thought I sort of had to come up with a system where I made sure I save my days so that, get good days, good weeks, good months, then hopefully good years and good life, right? So that's the reason then I came across this checklist manifesto book. Then I thought, wait, we can apply this to my life. Then I put myself, wrote down a project called the Checklist Project. I noted it down at the start of 2019. I told myself, I'll work on this then or here or there. Then the right time never came, right?
Okay.
But right now, I think it's sort of, maybe I think we're in a good place where we can sort of start that right now. So the Checklist Project, right? So it's about 5 things. We're going to be going through those 5 things. Actually, you know what? It's better people listen to the previous episode of the podcast. But I'm just going to quickly go over, say, those 5 things because I've already talked about those things. So these are sort of like the 5 things that I want to sort of do on a daily basis to sort of save my days. One is, here's what I'm going to do. Wait, by the way, are you going to take up this challenge? I'm going to put you on the spot right now.
I don't think so. To
Why?
Be very honest.
All right. I'll ask you why.
Why?
I don't know. It's not for everyone. I get that.
Yeah.
I'm not forcing you to, but I just want to know.
The thing is, like, I have my own routine that I stick to on a daily basis, and adding something new to the routine and trying to make a change is something is not what I'm looking to do right now.
Okay.
So this is a project which somebody should take up when they feel directionless, when they feel that the goals that they are trying to achieve in their own daily, say you have a long-term goal, but your daily actions are not like leading you up to that long-term goal. So this is like to break down your long-term goal into a daily actionable day. So what do you like do on a daily basis, and how is that leading up to your long-term goal? That is what this project will help you with.
Right.
So I right now have a schedule and a routine that I work on.
And it works pretty well for you, isn't it?
So it's I wouldn't say it's perfect, but I sort of I'm used to it, and I don't want to make a change right now. So even if I do take up this challenge, I wouldn't have the same 5 as the things that you have in your list.
I don't know. Yeah, that we'll get to that part. We'll get to that part, right? But yeah, that's good, man. Actually, sort of describing me, I'm sort of directionless right now. I am actually. I'm not saying directionless. I feel I need these daily pointers for me to see, because for me, I need to have, say, my brain craves a lot of certainty.
This is a priority setting exercise. Like when you don't have the exact priorities listed out, then you can
exactly, because we were working on a couple of projects right now, right, which has, say, varying deadlines, and it feels too chaotic for me. So I need some sort of, say, structure in my life. That I thought so there are approximately 49 to 50 days left in this year. So I thought, you know what, we'll make starting from November 14, there is exactly 49 days.
Oh, it's like you go up to December 31st.
December 31st, exactly. So so I thought it'll be a fun challenge, right? So that's the idea. So here are my 5 things, right? So one is to have what I call a morning kickstart. So I'm just going to wake up. I'm going to do something other than checking my phone. I don't do that anymore, but ever since we just started traveling for workshops, that routine sort of completely broken down, right? But once I start traveling, just things break down. So I want to wake up, spend, say, 5 to 10 minutes either meditating or breathing. I think I want to try that Wim Hof method.
I don't know what it is.
You haven't heard of the Wim Hof method?
What is Wim Hof?
No kidding. It's a sort of like a breathing pattern. I thought you would know. Tim Ferriss is like so big on that.
Oh, maybe I've heard about it, but I don't know.
Okay, Iceman, Wim Hof. No. Jesus. Okay. I'm gonna either try that Wim Hof method, or I'm taking up a yoga workshop. They teach all these crazy breathing thing, which just makes me feel like good at the end of it. So either do that. and this, plus I'm going to journal for 5 minutes, the 5-minute journal thing, right? Writing down stuff I'm grateful for, things I want to do today, and spend 10 to 15 minutes doing some sort of mobility, man. I've been getting really...
Even before you go to the gym?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, because I've sort of noticed that I'm not doing my cool down exercises after I'm done with my... Do you?
No, I do.
You do?
Yeah,
okay. I'm skipping on those things.
Okay.
Right? I'm just like the pump and just walk out with them. It's like weird. So yeah, I need to do some sort of stretching and mobility in the morning to loosen myself up, and maybe that or go for a walk.
Okay.
Right, go for a walk, get some sunlight or something like that, and so that's the idea. So I have a morning kickstart.
So how long is this morning routine?
I'm going to make sure it's no more than 15 to 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Because I've found that if I have it say more than 20 minutes, 30, even 40 minutes, I never do it. Right? If 3 things I've learned about morning routine. If it's complex, you ain't gonna do it. If it's long, you ain't gonna do it. Right? And if it's painful, you ain't gonna do it.
Jordan Peterson would say, just start with making your bed.
Oh yeah, I already do that actually.
Okay.
I've been doing that for 3 years consistently right now. I weirdly go to like hotel rooms and I'm like making my bed over there. Yeah, there was this one time when me and my cousin, we shared a room, and I was making my bed early in the morning. And that dude was like, dude, why are you making your bed? We're going to leave this hotel in like 1 hour. I'm so used to this, man. Right, so yeah, I make my bed and drink water every morning, so that's so automatic for me. So number 2 is to again work out every day for 30 minutes at least. I work out every day, but dude, the traveling thing and the workshop thing completely threw me off.
And one question I have about that is like, you've not written the thing down as like workout, right? You've written it down as move.
Oh yes.
So why is it not? Why didn't you just cut it down to just lifting weights and something? Why is it move?
Move in the sense, movement. I think more than working out, more than training, the body craves movement. Some form of movement in terms of walking, running, hiking, doing those crazy, what do you say, this the new trend, what is that, animal movement thing, right? You doing all those things, you move in different fashion. Sometimes I like to just walk. Lately I've taken up running, not like continuous running, I'm really bad at that, like running for 60 seconds, then like walking for 2 minutes, running for 60 seconds, walking for 2 minutes, 30 seconds actually, to be honest.
What is your weekly routine like? How many days do you lift and how many days do you move?
The plan is so I'm going to take up a yoga workshop on 21st and 22nd and 23rd.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be lifting 3 times a week. Right, our program. I'm not even exactly following this program. I'm just like using a couple of compound movements, like getting the lift in for that particular day, and getting out. Like I did OHP today, and I did rows, and I did tricep push downs, and I walked, and some face pulls, and I walked out of the gym. It felt really good actually. So I'm gonna do that, and the other days I'm gonna walk, run, or definitely do yoga after that workshop.
Okay.
So that's the idea. And even during the 10-minute morning stretching mobility thing, I'll probably replace that with the yoga things that I'm learning. So I'm gonna take. So that's the plan right now. What's your thing right now? Like,
I'm just following the Kino body
routine. Yeah. Okay. Cool then. So the third one is eat right according to my goals, whatever it may be. I've been cutting for so long. I've dropped from 85 to 77 right now.
Okay.
So that's like an 8 kilo drop over the past 6 months. It was slow. I feel good, but I think I crave more food these days, and I'm so skinny and I feel so, I don't know, I'm not feeling good. So I'm going to be like on maintenance. I haven't exactly thought this out, but I need to make sure, I need to put it down on camera so that people know what I'll be doing. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be eating around either doing some sort of recomposition thing. By the way, for those people who are hearing these terms, don't get scared. Say, I'm sort of deep into health and fitness, right? So I'm sort of used to it. So I track the food that I eat, and I am used to counting my calories. But I'm thinking, right? I need to make a decision right now. I'm thinking, I'll just not eat crap, right? Like junk food like sugar, but I don't know if 48 days is like too long.
That's like the starting point. Like,
yeah.
You can eat junk like once a week.
Oh, I like you do.
You can have a cheat day.
I know.
Tim Ferriss recommends a cheat day.
Okay. You know what? Okay, I'll do that. Fine. I'll make sure.
When did you say that? Did you start your like being conscious about what you eat? When did you start paying attention to the stuff you eat?
It's been over a year and a half, but I've been consistently tracking macros and calories and things like that for past 6 months.
Okay. But from a young age, you used to have the staple Indian diet with a lot of rice.
Yeah,
a
lot of rice, lot of rice, carbs. So I'm a vegetarian, right? Less protein. If I'm not careful with what I'm eating or the way I'm eating my food, things go south very quickly because it's just too much carbs and too much.
But you do feel a difference, right? Like when you're eating healthy, like you do feel a lot more energetic for sure.
Oh yes.
And you feel like
if I just literally just cut out sugar, right?
Yeah,
on my particular day, I just feel sugar and simple carbohydrates. Even white rice weirdly works so well with me. If I just cut out, say, wheat and any other form of simple carbohydrates and just replace my sugar with fruits, with fiber, right? A lot of fiber.
Okay.
Oh, my days go really, really well. I haven't figured. You know what, guys? Okay, I'll make my final diet commitment in terms of what I'm going to do on an Instagram post, and I'll make sure I follow that. We'll make somewhat like a sort of like a bi-weekly update on the whole challenge. So we'll do that. So that's one. Deep work is the next one, which is perform 5 to 8 blocks of 30 minutes each of deep work. Pomodoro technique. I think whenever I find myself putting myself through a schedule like that, I find myself producing a lot of work on a consistent basis. So you can actually.
You can tell them about how you use the stopwatch in your phone.
Yes. So right. So I don't set a timer for 30 minutes. What I do is I set a stopwatch. Yes, stopwatch. I just turn it on and let that thing run. And whenever I feel like taking breaks, I'll take break. I'll stop the watch, then walk and things like that. The other time, I just do it. So I think the recommended thing is to like get up every 30 minutes, do something, right? That's recommended. But and I'll probably do that. But I'll make sure get a minimum of 2.5 hours of quality deep work every day. If above is definitely 4 hours. So I think that's a good amount to shoot for every single day. So not every single day, every weekday. I need to mention that every weekday. So Saturdays and Sundays are off. I'm going to replace that with say longer workouts, walks, drawing, so things like that. So that thing alone, I think sort of deep work. What I've recognized as work is a 2-part equation where one is doing and second part is resting. Right.
So you consider the resting part
also as part of my work. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, like doing something. Say, probably every weekend I'll allocate say 2.5 hours to 4 hours. Do something that's completely unrelated to work. I'll go out. Maybe we'll see how that works. I don't have a hobby, right? Maybe I should pick up a hobby. Do something else.
Yeah, something like badminton.
Yeah. That's so cliche. Badminton. Okay, I'll pick up tennis while I'm at it, right? Yeah, I'll probably take up a hobby because I read this book called Rest by Alex Sujing Kim Pang. I think I'm murdering his name. So sorry, Alex.
Okay, the book is called Rest.
The Rest by Alex. Yeah, wonderful book where he talks about the idea, right? It takes 10,000 hours to sort of get good at a craft, and he comes up with he says that it's an incomplete sentence or an incomplete formula, which is it takes 10,000 hours of deep work, 12,500 hours of deliberate rest, then some 14,000 hours of sleep to actually attain mastery. So that's what he meant. He says rest is actually a very big part of work. So that's the idea. And the fifth thing is very simple: read 10 pages a day. And that's what I'm going to do. Read 10 pages. I've been slacking off on my reading thing. I have a lot of books which I've bought and not read, so I'll be doing that. So that's what.
Why do you have pages as the goal, milestone? The goal.
The milestone. One, it's
instead of time.
One is it's tangible. Time is okay, and I need to read for 30 minutes.
Sometimes you stay on one page for 30 minutes.
30 minutes. I know, right? I know. That I didn't want to do that. So I'm just gonna read 10 pages a day, and just make sure I focus on that, so that there are no breaks in any of those things, right? The morning kickstart, the moving, the eating, except for the deep work, which is sort of like a 7-day thing, but we do it 5 days. The 2 days is sort of like a rest. Reading 10 pages a day. I just stole that from that 75 hard challenge. I'll read 10 pages a day. It felt good though. I never schedule in learning, right? Maybe this could be that thing. So that's the deal. So that's those are the things that I'm going to be doing. If you were to do it, right? I'm not saying you should do it.
Yeah.
If you were to do it, if you picked up, say, 5 very simple things, just to maybe even to motivate these people, what would you pick?
I would surely pick something to do with my the skills that I'm working on currently. So I would surely have a daily practice of like working on line of actions website. Sketching poses, and also sketching poses are like very important for animation, traditional animation as well. So that'll be one skill that I have to practice every day. So I will have
practicing figures.
Yeah,
basically.
practicing figure drawing. Like not like very detailed
figure drawing, but
gestures and stuff like that. So I will build that into the practice, and also I would I have a lot of tutorials backed up that I've not watched. So I will have a 30-minute block set
of learning
for watching the tutorials that I have. That I have.
Where do you have those tutorials on?
Some on Skillshare and some I've downloaded, which you've given me.
Right.
So those tutorials, and
none of them are pirated. Just say.
Yeah, they are bought and downloadable courses.
Okay, go ahead.
So I have some courses that I need. So these two are the part of the skill development part. So one is practice, the other one is gaining knowledge.
That's nice.
So these two I will add, and the eating part, I think I'm very happy with the diet that I have. And
you already follow the slow carb diet,
right? Slow carb diet. So I wouldn't want to build an extra habit on my diet, so I wouldn't do that.
Right.
But I would surely have my. But since I don't know how exercise is like something new for you, but exercise is like always existed for you also, right?
Oh, for me, right? Yeah. No, I do slack off a lot.
Okay.
For most days, right, I get like 5, 10, 15 minutes of just very light exercise and call it a day. I know it's better than nothing, but it's this time I sort of go from the simplest, easy ways of doing things to slightly to the next level of say, getting consistent 30 minutes. I want to see how that affects my body composition. I want to see how that thing works.
And one more thing about deep work that I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Deep work is also something that I've been fascinated by since I read Calvin's book. And like usually what people think when they try to be productive and they try to improve their productivity and their whole lives is like try to squeeze every single second that is there in the 24 hours, right? So even I had the same notion until I read that book. So, and it was such a huge, like it'll reduce a lot of weight in your mind when you read that all you need is like 3 to 4 hours of your day to be doing the work.
Right.
And I see you also, right? Like I've been working with you for a few months right now, and I've seen you up close, how your work schedule is and everything.
You tell people that.
Yeah, like at a young age you've achieved so much, right? And all that is like you've not like put yourself like tortured yourself or anything. You are like very cool and you work at your own pace and you built everything from scratch on your own from your teenage, and you've been working on this. So it also sets an example that what is achievable through like easygoing work, through properly structured work with say 4 to 5 hours every day.
That's right. That's what I do, right? Every single day, just for.
So I would say the best habit, if there's at least one habit that you guys take up in this challenge, it should be the deep work challenge. Deep work should be the most important part that you guys should take up. So read about deep work. What is deep work? It's completely undistracted work that has to be put in every day to make yourself do quality work.
Right.
Produce quality work.
Actually, yeah, even I sort of for a long time, right? I thought I need to be working, say, for every day, like Gary Vaynerchuk, right? That guy, even though he's doing a lot of things, right? We compare ourselves to this collective idea of who everybody is. So when we compare ourselves on Instagram, right? This is what I was thinking about this morning. So when I'm comparing myself to my Instagram feed, I'm not just comparing myself to one artist.
Yeah.
but I'm comparing myself to this collective individual who is just a composition of all the artists out there on Instagram. So I'm literally me against the world.
Yeah, correct.
So I'm comparing myself to Gary Vee and a couple of thousands of other people like Gary Vee. And I thought, wait, you need to be working 16 hours a day, or you're not going to be building something that's amounts to anything in life. Which was severely, I'm not saying he says that. I'm not saying he's very good on clarifying those stuff like that. But I thought I need to be working 16 hours a day until I sort of realized that you don't have to. You just need to make, say, progress, good quality amount of progress every single day.
I think that kind of a notion, right, that actually comes up with because we are very competitive, and I feel to beat the other guy, you'll have to find some extra time somewhere.
Exactly.
And you start cutting down on your rest. And stuff like that, and you think that is going to make a difference, which actually works in the reverse.
Oh yes. And in terms of using time as a competitive edge these days, I'm using myself, my likes and dislikes as sort of the competitive edge. Okay, I'm asking myself, okay, what are the things that I would sort of do that nobody else would probably do?
Correct.
And that instead, it's sort of like a better way instead of just putting in more time. It's like this is a never-ending
finding
process.
your unique style.
Exactly. Something. I'm not sure.
So it reminded me of what you talk about in your workshop. Like you talk about this specifically, right?
Oh yes.
In your finding your unique thing. You ask a person for what
they like and what they dislike. Yeah. And then we yesterday we had a girl who likes dogs, music, pizza, right? Pizza or something else, and she likes art supplies. And I told her and asked her what her name was. She said Annapurna. I think I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm not sure.
And I told her that there's never going to be a person, an Indian girl, 19 years old, named Annapurna, who's going to like dogs, cats, pizza, and guitar, and buying art supplies at the same moment. So there could be someone pretty close, but not in that exact combination with the particular experiences of that person, which is going to make them completely unique.
So this has to be your competitive edge, is what
yes.
you're saying.
Yes.
So something, your unique voice that you put out there.
Yeah, okay. I mean, sort of going all in on yourself, like that dude Gary Vee says, right?
Okay.
That's a very simple way to actually stand out, right? Like you go all in on yourself, then all of a sudden you're not playing against everybody, you're sort of creating your own category that's sort of helping things out, right? And I think that's what I'm trying to do these days. So yes, let's talk about why we are doing this challenge quickly. One, I've noted these things down again, like I told you, right? To save my days from procrastination, laziness, and just screwing things around. I just waste a lot of my days. And of course, to build discipline and character. Now, I hesitated on putting this line on my carousel post. To build discipline. I don't think even when I go to the workshop, some people look at me and say, dude, you're very disciplined. It's like, I'm not disciplined. I'm just being selective about things where I need to be disciplined at. Okay. I read in a book called The One Thing, which he talks about how discipline is sort of, self-discipline is sort of a myth. Rather, people build selective discipline at things. Meaning, certain people are good at, say, if I have to draw every day, I can do that. But if I have to run every day, I cannot. Right? I'm not built for that. A professional athlete who's a good runner might be able to do that, but he cannot draw every day. Right? So I'm good at one thing. I've built selective discipline at one thing, but the other person have sort of built a selective discipline at a different thing. For example, me and my trainer, right? He's good at tracking his food. He's good at eating very clean, very neat, according to his calories and everything every day. Right? If I ask him to create something every day, he's going to struggle.
Yeah.
But me, right? I'm good at, if I have to create something every day, I can do that. But if I have to say, track my food, eat my calories according to my requirements, I'll fail.
Okay.
I cannot be perfect at those things. So, that's what I meant by build selective discipline and character, good character. And of course, snowflakes. This meme of, have you seen that Toy Story thing, right? where Buzz holds Woody on his side. He says things everywhere, right?
Yeah,
something
everywhere,
like that. Everywhere meme,
yeah.
right? So I'm just saying snowflakes everywhere. Dude, we are getting offended by everything, and that pisses me off so much. See, even people getting offended, I'm being offended about people getting offended, right? I need to stop that, right? I need to sort of build more mental toughness is what people say. I'm not sure. Being able to handle more, tough choices in life, right? Some things are not going to go your way all the time, right?
To not want everything to change around you always.
That is one thing. And also some things you're just handed down. Some part of things are just, those are the things that you are given in life, and you probably cannot change them, and you just have to deal with it. And maybe instead of being whiny about it, right, maybe you can own that fact and just move forward, right? Exactly, right? So that's the idea: mental toughness and fortitude. It's sort of like people need to sort of clarify things between being tough and being macho, right? Being macho is putting on a fake outlook and just puffing up your chest and walking, right? That's not what I'm talking about. Rather, I'm sort of saying gym training for your brain, right? Going to the gym, making your brain lift weights, so your brain will get stronger, something like that. That's the idea. And of course, to the ideas of this challenge, to start something, learn to finish things. I'm on this mini quest of everything that I'm starting. I want to be able to finish those things, put them out, ship them, practice the art of shipping. That's the idea behind this whole challenge. And
that's why that's why it's so punishing about like missing out a day, is it? Like,
yeah. Okay, on to that, right? So we don't have that strict of a rule, but I'm going to make sure I follow it, like every 99% of it. But there is going to be a hindrance, right? Because this challenge starts on 14th. My mom's having surgery on 15th. Right? So I don't know how I'm going to get my deep work in that day, how I'm going to get my workout in that day. I need to find something to, on that particular day. She's going to have surgery on the evening. Nothing serious. She's going to be okay though. So I don't know how I'm going to do it on that day, but that's part of the challenge, right? Find a way to, make that happen. But it's going to be, that's going to be quite the character testing moment for me, right? So yeah, probably that's one. So the idea is to never miss a day. And once you set yourself some rules, 5 rules, never break it. Follow those rules to a T. So that means, you set some good amount of room for yourself to work with in that rule, right? So that's the idea. And never miss a day. If you miss a day, it's fine, but make sure you never miss 2 days on a particular habit. If you miss 2 days on any of the particular habit, that's it, you're done. You start over. It's as simple as that. And it's supposed to be hard. That's the idea behind this challenge. It's supposed to be hard. And learning to be able to do hard things and being okay with that fact is sort of that value is something that I'm sort of trying to train myself to do on this challenge.
And one question, like, is it necessary that it should be 5 habits in total, or can it be like 4?
Actually, 5 is good.
Okay, it should be 5.
It should be 5.
Set of 5 things. Okay.
It doesn't. Not all 5 should be big, right? Drinking a gallon of water is very simple, right? So it can, and taking a progress picture every day is very simple. That's doable. So I think any 5 things that you saw, it's sort of a good thing. And there's even this thing in our culture, right, where we there's this thing called Ayyappan Diksha. You know that the mala, they wear mala, right? So there's this ritual. It's a 48-day ritual, and they wear this what do you say, beads? Beads, and it's sort of like a religious thing. They do it for a particular god, and during that phase of 49 days, they practice certain virtues, which is they wake up at 4 o'clock and they sleep on the floor and they wear the simplest of clothes. They are not allowed to say wear like very complicated. They can if the work they do needs to, and they never wear footwear. And they do certain other things that where they need to be strict and controlled. No meat. Right, you just go full vegetarian right there, and what else? You pray every day, right? Something like that. So it's sort of okay. The idea is to not turn yourself into this religious guy, but the idea is to sort of practice certain virtues and values. And at the end of the 49 days, they walk, say, a couple of 100 miles, and climb mountains to go to that particular temple and pray for that deity. And the idea is you're sort of building yourself a character. Through the process of going through that. And I usually do that every year. I couldn't do it last year, but I'll be doing that this year too. So it's, that's where I got that 48-day idea from. So it's called one mandala in our culture, right? Mandala is a period, and I think it's a good time frame between, say, 30 days and 60 or 90 days to form some sort of a habit. So I felt good last time when I did it. So that's the idea behind it. Sort of like a non-religious version of that, but right? So that's the idea. So that's what we're going to do, man. 48 days. Yeah, 48 days of, this project is called the Checklist Project. You guys can actually, do it along with me. Are you going to do it?
I'll take up a few particular things and I'll do
it. Dude, don't let me sort of...
I'll not let you slack off.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to slack off. I'm telling you, don't let me force you to take this challenge.
Okay. Yeah. I don't
do
think
it at your own will.
Yeah. I'll not even if I take up, I'll not take up 5 things, I think.
Okay.
Like I'll try, I have, I think it's a very good, say a structure for you to take up any kind of a habit.
Yeah.
It could be any habit. So I have certain things that, like the sketching habit that I talked to you about, which I'm not very consistent at.
Okay.
So I would like to take that up and build that.
Okay. Are you gonna take it up? You're gonna commit, or what are you gonna say? What are you gonna do?
I think I'll need to give it a bit more thought, but I don't have the 5 things though, so I don't know if I can take it up as the checklist project.
So if you do take it up, Arvind, you guys go for Arvind will announce it on his Instagram if he takes it up.
Yeah, sure.
Right? And you can follow him. What's your handle?
AD Art. ADKODI Art.
Okay, AD Kodi Art on Insta. So if he takes it up, he's gonna announce it over there, and make sure you guys that he commits to it and does it.
You asked others also to post, right?
Yes, guys. Yeah. So if you are taking up the primary idea behind the challenge is for me to do it, and if you guys are gonna take this up, post it under the hashtag The Checklist Project on Instagram, and this is gonna be fun, right? The Checklist Project on Instagram, and at the end of 49 days, I'm sure I'm gonna get a good feeling out of this thing. I used to do these challenges, right? Me and my friends were quite these self-improvement nuts. I have 1 or 2 friends.
Friends in college.
Yeah, friends. Apparently 2 people doesn't want to just drink all day and fool around the whole day. They want to actually make something out of things, right? So though we all ganged up together and we did this challenge where we sort of walk every day, do some deep work, and it went horribly bad, but we did something every day.
Something's better than nothing.
Nothing, exactly. So this is going to be, I'm going to hate this and I'm going to love this. So this is going to be fun. All right, cool. And anything else that we want to talk about?
Nothing else. So this challenge is starting on the 14th.
Yes, we're starting on November 14th. Okay. November 14th.
The more the merrier. So
the more the merrier. Yeah.
Take it up, and you guys can keep each other motivated. And to stay in the project together.
Right. Here's I'll end it right here. Right. A lot of us. I'm talking mostly about myself actually. A lot of us sort of, not do things. We tell ourselves that we'll do things. We set ourselves goals, plans, projects that we want to do, and we never follow through on them, right? And also we slack off a lot. We're lazy, we procrastinate, and when we are supposed to be doing something, we're not doing that. We're doing something else. That's the definition of procrastination, right? And for us, we need some sort of a slap in the face. And I know I'm being not very nice about it, right? But I don't plan. We all want things to be nice, right? We all want things and expect things to be nice. We want the world to be this happy-go-lucky place with, puppy dogs and Tootsie Rolls, stuff like that. And I think maybe that we need to probably wake up to certain realities instead of expecting others to be nice for us. Maybe it's our armor that is too weak to handle the realities of things. Instead of maybe trying to change certain realities which cannot be changed, it would be better if we sort of work on ourselves and create better filters for things to come in and go out. Maybe that might be helpful, right? So that's the biggest reason I need a slap in my own face, and I need to wake up and do things. That's the idea behind this whole challenge. And if people relate to that particular feeling, they can do. Like you said, I do sort of feel directionless most of the time, but I'm getting used to it.
Is it like directionless because of there's a lot of choice in the directions that you can take?
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem.
There's a lot of choices, right? There's another kind of directionless where they have absolutely no idea.
Choices.
Yeah.
I know. I'm very lucky, right? I'm so grateful these days, weirdly. I do have my problems in life, like quote unquote problems, but I'm thinking like, damn, those are not like problems if you look at the grand scheme of things, right?
Those are good problems to have.
Good problems. Okay, certain things are not exactly good, trust me. I haven't talked about certain things, right? They're not quote unquote good, but they are good challenges for me to have. They've really shaped me as a person in terms of my thinking abilities and things like that. What was I saying? Yeah, so I've been very grateful these days for the stuff that I have. I do have a lot of directions, a lot of projects that I want to do, but I don't have I get, because of the way I'm built, I get really icky when things get uncertain, right? So I need to build my habit of being okay with being uncertain with things. Then I have a very hard time sticking to one particular project for a very long time. That's why we do these courses in a short span of time, and a sprint fashion, because it's hard for me to sort of have a very long deadline and go through the whole thing. So I need to actually be okay with that if I want to put out good, meaningful work, because those things are going to take time. I need to be okay with the uncertainty, the loop, the roller coaster of that project. So yeah, that's the thing. Cool.
What is the day after the 48th day supposed to be like?
Oh,
like
you decide.
So you've had a taste for 48 days of winning days, and then what the 49th day is supposed to be like. Is it like is that how?
I don't know. Actually, go through this thing. Someone told me, right? So my mentor told me, this is regarding this Indian thing, the Ayyappan Diksha thing. He said, don't mind me if I get a bit religious. I'm not trying to do that right now. But he said, God is not a person. God is a verb. It's not a noun, it's a verb. So what you're doing during those 48 days is not you're trying to pray for God, you're trying to be God.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
So that's what he said.
Actions.
Yeah, your actions define who you are. Godliness. Yes, they say cleanliness is godliness, right? If something as little as cleanliness can be godliness, then the good qualities of human being can be godly, right? So that's the idea. And if you do it enough of times, right, you do those 48-day thing enough times over years, over say 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 years, eventually there will be a point where you'll be like, I don't even need to do the 48-day challenge.
That'll be the new normal.
Yes, exactly. That's the good word, right? The new normal. Then you do something else.
Yeah.
It's a project. It's a It's a lifelong project. Yes.
That's great.
So this went really deep.
In the note on godliness.
Hey, godliness. Hashtag godliness. Great then. Super. Hey, this is nice. Maybe I should have you more on this. I think I'm tired of speaking to myself. Great then. Hope you all had a good time listening to us talking about deep subjects. Hope you guys take this challenge. No, I don't hope you guys, do it if you want to. I don't care if you do it or not. So yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna share this.
You'll be documenting it completely.
Yes, I'm gonna be documenting. I'm even thinking of. I just decided this morning. I'm gonna document it literally on video.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
I should probably do that. Oh yes, it's on video right now already, right? So I'll probably make a mini documentary out of it, put it up on YouTube because we have a new YouTube schedule, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, cool. We'll do it. So at the end of the first week or second week of January, there'll be a documentary called the Checklist Project. Yeah. This will be nice. Super. Awesome. Great then. See you guys after 48 days. Bye-bye.
Bye.